When you want something, sometimes you just have to try. It may seem impossible, but who knows? It might work. One time when I had made a trip to Haiti and I was flying out of Port-au-Prince back to Miami, and this was in the days before 9/11, so security wasn't quite like it is now, but still, it was. I mean, there was security, and it was quite intense on an international flight. And the plane was completely full. Every seat was full. So they were having trouble getting family groups seated together. And so when we got on the plane and we boarded, people were trading around. They were trading seats and things were getting, people were sitting in seats that they didn't have a boarding pass for. And eventually everybody was on. There was one person who had no seat, and all the seats were full, and there was still one extra person. Well, and the person that was in that person's seat uh, had a boarding pass for somewhere else, and there was a lady that had a young child, and the flight attendant came back and was trying to get this sorted out, and she said to the lady with her young child, "Well, just hold your child. Like your child is young enough to be a lap passenger. Just hold your child and have the person take that seat." "No," the lady said. "I paid for a seat for my child, and I'm not holding my child all the way to Miami. I'm just not going to do it." And the flight attendant was like, "Well, but we need the seat and please do it." And he's like, "No, I paid for a seat for my child and my child is going to have a seat. I am not holding my child all the way to Miami." Well, people were saying, "Just hold the child." "No," she said, "I'm not doing it." Well, then finally they, this flight attendant was trying to figure out but so many people had changed seats that it was kind of impossible to tell who was supposed to be sitting where. So finally, the flight attendant called out a supervisor from the terminal. The supervisor came out and she said, "Okay, I want in this section, I want everybody, we're going to make everybody go to their seat that they have a boarding pass for. And we're going to see how this works out." So she started making people move back to the seat that they had their boarding pass for. Then she came to this old man, and he didn't have a boarding pass. He had a ticket, but it was not a boarding pass. And she was like, "How did you get on the plane?" "Well, he just came out." And I don't know how he got on the plane. Somebody must have known someone who got him through security and got him through the boarding process and got him on the plane. I don't know how he ended up on the plane without a boarding pass, but there he was. And she was telling him, "Well, you need to leave." "No," he said, "I need to go." She said, "Your ticket is for tomorrow." But he said, "I need to go today. I have a medical issue and I have to go today." And she was saying, "No, you don't have a boarding pass. Your ticket is for tomorrow. You can go tomorrow, but you are not going today." So he opened up his shirt and he had an IV port on his chest. And he was saying, "See, I have this IV port on my chest, and I have a medical issue and I need to go today." And she showed him her badge on her uniform. And she said, "You have that IV port on your chest, but I have something on my chest. I have a badge on my chest. And the badge on my chest says your port doesn't count and you're not going to Miami today. So you have to get off the plane." Well, then people around started to realize what was happening. And so uh, they started to shame him and they started to say, "You're just an ignorant old man. You don't know anything. You're trying to fly on the day you don't even have a boarding pass. You can't do that. You're an ignorant person." And they shamed him and he got his luggage and he went off the plane and everybody got their seat and we left. You know, he wanted to go to Miami that day and it almost worked. If that lady would have held her child, he would have gotten to Miami. So he had gone through a lot of hoops already. He almost made it to Miami. If there had been one less person on the plane, if there had been one empty seat, he would have made it. He almost got there, even though he didn't have a boarding pass and his ticket was for the next day.